We're live, everybody. We're back.
Yeah, and this is one I heard a lot talking about, but I never really sat down to watch it. The Last
Yeah,
Unicorn.
this is like a cult classic. I'm really excited to talk about this movie because I love this movie. So let's just jump right in. So this Rankin and Bass film is based on the same novel of the same name by Peter S. Beagle. Beagle would also write the screenplay. The Last Unicorn is considered to be one of the best fantasy novels of all time. In his 25 years, Beagle has won countless awards, such as the World Fantasy Award, Life Achievement, and the Damon
Oh,
Knight
wow.
Memorial Grandmaster
Yeah,
Award. Yeah,
let's see. The animation was
there's
provided by Topgraph, the Japanese animation studio founded by Toei animator Toru Haru. The studio contributed animation to many Rankin Bass productions, but they're best known for Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, based on Hayao Miyazaki's manga of the same name. And all the
fantastic
songs
movie,
were
by the way.
sung by the band America and the London Symphony Orchestra. The main theme was later featured on a compilation album, The Best of America.
Yeah, I also want to mention that is it how do I say his last name? I think it's David. Let me see. Advidian,
Oh, Dan
who
Nafta.
is also known.
Oh,
Huh?
Dan Avedon of Game Grumps and Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah, yeah. Danny Sexband. He loves this song, and he even did a cover of it. He
Oh,
did a really beautiful cover of it. Okay. And like we got to talk about the music because the music in this is amazing. So we have a very all-star studded cast. Mia Farrow voices the titular unicorn. She gained notoriety for her role as Allison McKenzie on the show Peyton Place. Nowadays, she's committed to her humanitarian work as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. Love Mia Farrow. She's amazing. And the late great Alan Arkin voices Smendrick. Arkin had a long career spanning across film, television, and even stage. He won an Oscar, Tony, BAFTA, Golden Globe, SAG Award, and was nominated 6 times for an Emmy.
Jeff Bridges versus Prince Le. Now, Bridges is another actor with a long and acclaimed career. He won an Oscar, SAG Award, and he's a two-time Golden Globe winner. And some of you might know him for his performance in the Tron films. And
And also, he was the dude
yeah,
in Big
talk about
Lebowski.
Judy.
I feel like most people probably yeah. I feel like they know him as from Big Lebowski or Tron.
And Tammy Grimes versus Molly Grew. Grimes was better known for her Broadway career. She was a two-time Tony Award winner and was inducted into the American Theater Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay, impressive. Okay, and then we have the late great Christopher Lee, who played a bunch of like iconic villains. You know, he was Count Dooku. I'm pretty sure was he the voice of Rasputin from Anastasia? Was that him?
No, that was Christopher Lloyd. Although he was
Oh
in the
yeah,
Lord of the Rings
but
films.
yes, Sauron, and he was also in some adaptations of Dracula. But that man just he was so good at playing villains. He also starred in a bunch of Tim Burton movies: Sleepy Hollow, Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Alice in Wonderland, and Dark Shadows. Um, he voices the titular villain, of course. Um, King Haggard. According to Beagle, Lee would actually bring a copy of the book and took notes of what lines should not be omitted from the movie. And since Lee was fluent in German, he was also voice Haggard in the German dub. I didn't know that. Dude,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So, the film had a limited release on November 19th, 1982, grossing 6.4 million against a 3.5 to 4 million budget, as well as mostly receiving positive reviews. But many years later, through home media releases, it became a cult classic among fantasy and animation fans.
And Tapcraft, eventually they would go bankrupt and their assets were bought and would go on to be known as Studio Ghibli.
Okay, so one of the things that I like to talk about when it comes to film is just because a film is not successful when it is released, that doesn't mean the film is bad because also something similar happened to The Princess Bride. And I consider like The Princess Bride also a very important piece of like fantasy. Um 'cause originally when it, was released, it didn't do well. It, made, like, 30 million, but, I mean, it wasn't, like, super successful. It wasn't until the film, like, was released on, like, VHS, and I think it's because one of the things is, like, people quote that movie all the time. I still say, like, "You killed my name's Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die." And, "No more rhymes, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?" So, Last Unicorn is also one
Mhm.
that is also very much a cult classic. I think one of the reasons this film did not do so well when it originally came out is,
Uh,
it's very dark.
yeah, and the limited release also didn't do it much favors. Plus,
Oh,
this
yeah.
was during the
Mhm.
dark ages of theatrical animation. Like,
Yeah, and Rankin Bass was more known for, like, their
mhm.
holiday specials. They did do an adaptation of Lord of the Rings, and I don't know if that one did that well either. I'm gonna just check
I
real
know,
quick. Like,
yeah,
again.
like the theatrical releases, they did a lot of dark fantasy animated movies. It's like they
Mhm.
did a film animated adaptation of The Hobbit.
Yeah. And again, this was sort of like, uh, during, again, like, people mostly knew them for their
Mhm.
specials, the animated specials, so I think a lot of people weren't ready for this. Because I also kind of feel this is similar to Black Cauldron, where everybody was really shocked at how dark it was, and people like, "Disney films are dark," not like Black Cauldron is. But I personally love this film. The animation, I think, still holds
Oh
up,
yeah, it's beautiful.
so it is, and I wish I could. I think when I was, like, watching this, I was trying to think of the perfect way to describe it. It's like it's very whimsical, dark
Mm.
fantasy. Because there's a lot of really beautiful stuff in this. Like, okay, so at the beginning, we have a female unicorn. At this time, we just call her Unicorn, and she is, she overhears 2 hunters saying she's the last. And the reason they know there's a unicorn there is because of
Beautiful the
how
land is.
it's a.
Like there's a lot of nature, a
Yes.
lot of plants, a lot of animals.
Mhm. And they say she's the last one, and she's like, "What do they mean by that?" Then this blue I love this blue butterfly. I'm not sure why. I think I really like his
Mm.
design, but, um, this blue butterfly comes, and he was mostly singing and, like, quoting nursery rhymes, and she says, "Oh, that's what butterflies do," but the butterfly also answers her question because she says, "Do you know where the other unicorns are?" And it is, apparently what happened is the red unicorns were chased by this, malevolent creature known as the Red Bull. It chased them and herded them
I
away.
won't give you
So the
wings.
unicorn's like, "Well." See, I sometimes wonder if they took that name from
I wouldn't be
this.
surprised. Mm.
Yeah, it seems very specific, so I wonder if they were like, "Hey, yeah, let's name our, energy drink that." But yeah, so she decides to find them. Um, she runs into now I liked how they explain this, but she runs into this old man and he thinks she's a mare and she gets all haughty. He's like, "How dare you call me a mare? I am a unicorn." Which go off, queen. Um, and it turns out that men cannot see unicorns.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to that in a moment. And then this is how I think where it starts to get really dark. Like, so there's this witch named Mommy Fortuna. And I wanna say I really love how they drew the witch. I don't know why. There's something
Oh
about her
yeah,
design
she
was
was
very
creepy and
unsettling.
repulsive. And she had like
Yeah,
almost a
but she doesn't care.
yeah. And turns out he captures a unicorn and uses her in a display for a bunch of fantasy creatures he also captured. But since oh
Except
right.
no, you go ahead.
And since, like you said, men can't see unicorns, they put a fake horn on her.
Because again, there's some in this world, it's like only certain people
Mhm.
can see them, but it also turns out that so this is where we're introduced to Smendrick, and Smendrick, walks, like, over to the unicorn and is talking to her, and he says, look at the your fellow creatures. What do you see? The manticore is really a old lion with no teeth. The satyr is this poor withered monkey, but there is one creature that is real, the harpy
Oh
Seleno.
God.
And I also love how they drew this harpy. Instead of like making her just a sexy woman, she's this very
It's
terrifying
even more
creature.
terrifying is that
Uh,
she has her tits out.
Now, see, I was actually, let me see, what was this rated?
Uh,
Was this rated PG
it's
13?
rated G. Yeah, I
What?
can't believe it either.
Okay, y'all just heard Jad. Like, we're not joking when we say her tits are out. Like, we see the nipples. Why the heck did they not make it PG-13? Is it because it was
I
animated?
guess it's as good as mine. Like, Richard Can had even way more nipples than this movie did, and
Yeah.
it got an X rating.
There must there has to be some type of rule, I'm guessing. Also, we didn't mention this. Angela Lansbury is Mommy
Oh,
Fortuna.
wow.
Mrs. Potts is a witch. But so again, I think this is one of this is where it starts to get really dark because the way the harpy is drawn, she is very um again, it's not just like a sexy woman with wings. She looks very bird-like and she's huge, like a she reminds me of a vulture. Um and then so Smendrick is a wizard, but he's not that
Hmm.
good at the beginning. But he for some reason he's allowed to he can is able to see that she's a unicorn, so he comes to her cage to free her.
And, sorry.
And go ahead.
Yeah, she
No, you go
also
ahead.
starts to use her horn to free the other animals as well, even a harpy, but despite
Yep.
Smendrick's warning, the harpy, once the harpy's free, it attacks her.
Well, I think she thinks it's going to attack her, but then it actually attacks Fortuna.
Oh, yeah.
It kills Fortuna. And I think there's a I can't remember the name of like Fortuna's other helper, but I think Smendrick knocks him out, and I think the harpy might also eat him. I'm not I don't really remember, but she then tells like Smendrick, it's like, don't look back, never look back at like immortal beings. And so he decides to go with the unicorn to help her because he knows where the bull is. It's in Hagrid's castle. And then so I think the unicorn, like, I don't want to say the unicorn's dumb, but I think since she's lived in her forest so long, she doesn't know like what marauders and bandits are because Smendrick hears them and he's like, hide, 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 because he doesn't want her to get captured. And this is when we're also introduced to Molly Grew. She is the lover of Captain Cully, who is the leader of the bandits. And you fly, sorry. I think Cully asks him to tell a story or something,
Yeah, like,
and
uh, let's see. Oh, hey, oh, crap. Let me put it back up. Sorry. I'm just looking through a bunch of tabs right now. Oh, and, let's see here. It was here that Molly, wants to hear the story about Robin Hood, but the leader of the bandits insists Robin Hood's nothing more than a myth.
yeah, he doesn't like Robin Hood.
But Smendrick, with the help of the unicorn who's hiding nearby, summons visions of Robin Hood and his merry men to distract the bandits.
It's a really pretty scene, but I also it's not just like all the other is like Cully keeps on saying Robin Hood's a myth, but his men, I guess, like reliving their childlike wonder, run after Robin Hood, and so does Molly. It pisses off Cully, so he tries Smendic to a tree. I am pretty sure the scene happened in the book too. I haven't read the book yet, but again, in order to try to free him, so Svedrick uses his magic, but instead it brings the tree he's tied to life,
Uh,
and
uh,
he like falls in love with him automatically.
yeah, the tree. Oh my god, the rock on this tree.
We're not kidding, dude. The tree has boobs, and they're massive. Not sure how this got a G rating.
Uh,
But the tree freaks out when the unicorn comes to save Smendrick. Okay, and then I'm gonna explain this rule. So one of the things about unicorns is there was a legend that unicorns appeared to virgins. Like that was supposed to be like a rite of passage. Well, as they're leaving, Smendrick runs into Molly Grew and she sees the unicorn and he's instantly upset. She's like, "Where were you? Were you like 30 years ago when I was young and new and beautiful?" And she starts to cry and the unicorn comes over to her and like nuzzles her and tries to look away her tears because this unicorn
I
doesn't care that Molly is not young and new.
I didn't know that about unicorns.
Yeah, that's why Molly gets so
Aw.
upset because she had been, I guess, waiting for a unicorn and never saw one, and now she sees one's it's like she's like, "Why are you here now that I'm this?" That's why she's so upset, but the unicorn shows her she doesn't care that Molly is not new or young, to the unicorn, that does not matter to her, and I think that's why Molly decides to go with them because maybe she feels like she needs to protect the unicorn, um it's a very sweet scene, so I know some people might not understand that's why Molly gets upset.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, so thanks.
You're welcome. So, when they get closer to the castle, the Red Bull shows up, and I will say that, this Red Bull is actually pretty
Oh,
scary.
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
a bull is already really intimidating, but this one is massive, it is red, it is on fire, pretty creepy. And so we're gonna learn why the Red Bull is going after the unicorns, in a bit, but it sees, our unicorn and runs after her and starts chasing her, and Molly's like, "Do something, Smendrick." He's like, "I don't know what to do." And somehow his magic starts to work better, and he turns the unicorn into a woman.
Okay, now this part I didn't know about when before I saw this movie. Like, I'm surprised I never got spoiled about this. Like, I didn't know she turned into a woman in this movie.
Yeah, I feel like that's the part people try not to talk about just because it's such a major spoiler. Now, I'm thinking the reason this is bad is because from what I'm understanding, if the unicorn remains a woman for long, she'll lose her ability to be a unicorn. Like her body will get too used to being a human, I think. Because both Molly and the unicorn are very upset at Smendrick.
Oh yeah, yeah. She Unicorn even says that she'd rather uh let the bull kill her than become human. Like, oh my god.
See, yeah, that's true. But see, I think it's because she's like she lost her immortality. But also the thing is that Smendrick is like, we can't just take you to the castle as a unicorn, which is a good point. 'Cause then that would ruin the whole, plan. So they so I feel like, Smendrick gets a little more confidence because when they reach the castle of King Hagrid, um, he lies and says like, "Oh, I wanna come and serve you as a wizard." And, he then now Hagrid's, like, not interested because he says, "No one can make me happy."
And that he already has a
And
wizard.
then yes.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that this wizard is voiced by veteran voice actor Paul Frees. Like, he was in a
Ah,
lot of
I knew that voice
Rankin's
sounded
past
familiar.
specials, and people probably best know him as the ghost host on the Haunted Mansion ride.
I knew that voice sounded familiar, I just couldn't place it. Um, so, they call the unicorn lady Amalthea in this, um, and we're also introduced to Prince Lear, Hagrid's adopted son. Um, Mabrook, his original wizard, is replaced by Smendrick, and Molly works, in the scullery, she becomes scullery maid. Um,
And let's see.
uh
Like, the prince starts become fall in love with this mouth woman, unaware that she's really a unicorn. And then he tries to impress her by killing several mythical beasts like dragon. To his talking,
There's a scene, he's in the scullery with Molly cutting potatoes, and it's like, "I killed a dragon," and then she, like, made me feel bad for killing it. And Molly is trying to be his wing woman. It's really sweet, but, like, Almalthea is really distracted, which, I mean, I kinda think that makes sense, she's not used to being a human, so she's, like, confused and frustrated, so she's, like, staring off into space a lot. Um, However, she does start to fall in love with him. However, there's this there's this really cool cat in here.
Also voiced by
I
Charles
love the design
Reese.
of this cat. This
Yeah,
cat
like
is
he has an
so
eye patch
cool.
and a
It is
peg
this
leg
He
and
looks
a
so
beard too.
cool, and he looks like a pirate cat, and he reveals to Molly that he knows what Amalthea is because,
He's an
there's always been
animal.
this,
Mhm.
well, yeah, not just that, but I think there's always been, like, this idea that cats are kinda mythical because like, witches have
Oh
cat
yeah.
familiars,
You
so
got any
cats can, like,
mythical
see
abilities,
things. Because
buddy
you also
boy?
know
Huh?
maybe, who knows? One day he might start talking. 'Cause, like, does Buddy ever, like, stare off into space and you feel like he's
Oh,
looking at
definitely.
something?
He's looking at the corner of the couch right now as we're recording.
Yeah, so some people believe that when cats do that, they see a ghost. Hopefully, you guys don't have any ghosts in your house, but, like, the cat says, "I know what she is." He, then divulges the location of where the bull is. So,
Yeah, it's a bit about
now,
how the clock strikes a certain time. It will be revealed.
okay, but first, Hagrid Hagrid's not stupid. I think he eventually also reveals that, Amalthea is a unicorn, and, the reason he brought, he stole the unicorn just because seeing them was the only thing that ever made him happy. This man is a very miserable man. You can tell just by looking at him. He says he's never felt happy. Even adopting Lear, didn't make him happy, but seeing the unicorns did. So he got the Red Bull to capture them and put them in the ocean where he can stare at them every day, which is a very shitty thing to
Yeah,
do.
like I
They
thought it
don't
was
belong to
very dark
you.
because when she looks down, she doesn't see any unicorns. To which I thought, oh god, did they all
I think that
drown?
Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? That would have made some sense. But see, I think when she said she didn't see them, it's she's been in the human body too
Oh,
long and she's starting
okay.
to lose the sight, maybe. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
that makes more sense.
So, so then they go down to where this huge clock is, and there's
Laughing
a
skeleton.
it's a I actually really liked this scene because Mendrick was
Hmm.
smart about it because
The skeleton
uh
can't see
he
or taste anything.
but see, Mendrick mentions wine and he goes, "Wait, wine? You have wine?" And he's like, "You can't smell it or taste it," but the skeleton's like, "But I remember." So Smendrick pours out the bottle they have, it had water in
Mhm.
it,
Yeah, but
and then he's like,
yeah, like he pretends he casts a spell to turn the water into wine, and it works because they hand the skeleton the empty bottle, and he starts drinking it and starts acting drunk.
Oh, also, the guy who's voicing the skeleton, do you guys remember Little Mermaid, the chef
Oh
who
yeah.
sings Les
Oh,
Poissons?
he
That's
voices the
him.
skeleton. Oh, neat.
Yep. Les Poissons, Les Poissons. He also was in a previous episode of ours. He was Professor Genius and Little
Oh
Nemo.
wow.
Yeah. Apparently he did a lot of voice acting, like, in his later years. He was, like, originally, like, a stage actor, like, Tammy was. So the shoe fly sorry, there's a fly near my desk. It's bugging me, but anyways, so the skeleton reveals that the, like, entrance to the lair is in the clock. You just have to walk through it. However, the skeleton, I guess being magical, also realizes Amalthea is a unicorn and he starts screaming, "Unicorn, unicorn! They're going to the Red Bull!"
It gets King
And
Haggard's attention, and yeah, let's see. He Smedrick has Molly and let's see, Amalthea rush into the clock while he just tries to hold off the king.
mhm. And somehow Lair got into the den and they're trapped because Haggard in his rage destroys the clock. And then this is where, like, Amalthea reveals she loves Lear and she's considering giving up her immortality and being a unicorn to marry him. But Smendrick's like, "You can't do that. What about the other unicorns? You're gonna, like, doom them to live in the ocean forever." Um, so they finally reach the bull, and you see, even Lear says, "No, I can't let you, do that." It's like, "I love you, but I don't want you to become something you're not for me," which is very sweet, but also very bittersweet. Um, Thankfully, we reach the bull, and Smendrick turns Amalthea back into a unicorn. Um, uh,
Yeah,
they think Lur's
and
killed.
this gives the unicorn the rage to start fighting back. And
Yes. Oh wait, they do kill him. I'm sorry.
oh,
She then he's killed because he was defending her. So she forces the bull into the sea, and that releases the unicorns, and they storm Hagrid's castle. It collapses, and he falls to his death.
yeah, and that's when the unicorn revives Prince Lur. And so she goes home back out with the other unicorns, and yeah, it was a very bittersweet ending. Like Smendrick
Mhm.
says to Lur that not many can earn the love of the unicorn, and despite being alone, he's gained a lot from the experience. He says.
Mhm. And see, the thing is, Spendrick even like apologizes to her. He's like, I had you experience immortality. You might not be able to rejoin your kind, but she said she's not mad at him because he did help her get to the Red Bull and free the unicorns, and he also helped her understand regret and love, and she's actually thankful for that. Smendrick and Molly stay together, and they watch as the unicorn, goes off into the forest. It's a very sad yet sweet ending, and it's no wonder this became like a cult classic because it is genuinely a fantastic film.
Definitely. Like I remember actually tearing up the towards the end. Like the animation was beautiful. Like the story was
Mhm.
leagues above what you'd find from typical Rankin Bass productions.
Oh, yeah, and this was, like we said, this was in, like, the '80s where, like, animation
w-
was still really seen for, like, kids. So for them to take
Especially
a
theatrical
book like this
animation.
and Mhm, um, I feel like it wasn't really until maybe, like, the '90s when they started
Yeah,
taking
late 80s,
animation a
early
little more
90s.
seriously. Yeah, like, I think me and, Jad talk about this a lot, how even today we still have people who are like, "Oh, animation is strictly for kids," when it is obviously not. And I feel like with this, I really appreciate it because, not everything needs to be dumbed down, and I'm glad they didn't dumb down the story. Um, and, they delivered something that was very beautiful, very unique, and everything about this movie is good. We have a phenomenal voice crew. The soundtrack is beautiful. The animation is gorgeous and the story is great. So, I'm giving this a 5
Yeah,
out of
5 out
5.
of 5 as well. Like I was blown away, and I can see why it has such a dedicated fan base.
Yeah, and I think again, when we this was directed by, Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass, it's kinda shocking because again, this is not something you would expect from them. Um, they also did The Hobbit, but it's like, I think maybe, since they had so much success with, like, their holiday stuff, they wanted to try to do something a little different. And again, I mean, again, it's like we said during like the '80s, people didn't really take animated films seriously. It wasn't really until I think it was, yeah, Beauty and the Beast was animated for not best animated picture, but for best picture, and then that caused the Oscars to make a best animated film category because originally they didn't have one.
Oh yeah, like it wouldn't be until like Shrek that they had the category.
hmm So I also I was looking at the Wikipedia. So somebody, scholars have documented that a large number of queer and transgender viewers find the film particularly resonant with the LGBTQ experience, and I can see that. Unicorns are often also associated with like the LGBT community, but I could see like this is, there's a lot in here that sort of
Mhm.
resonates with the queer youth and the queer adults. Um, but yeah, I really highly recommend you watch this. I saw it on Amazon Prime, and as we mentioned, this was based off the novel by Peter S. Beagle. I'm pretty sure you could probably get this as an ebook, but if you want to get like a physical copy, you can go to a bookshop, or you can go to Barnes and Noble to pick up a
Yeah, and the
copy.
movie is available to stream for free on available to stream on Prime Video or for Tubi for free.
Oh, thank goodness for Tubi. Everyone thank Tubi for being free and having so much on their streaming. Just thank God for Tubi. All right. So, oh shoot, there was something I wanted to add and I forgot to do it. You go
Okay,
first.
some sad news. Ted Nicholas, famed Hanna-Barbera composer, dead at 97. Let's see, he worked on The Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest, that was on, and Rocky Races. Oh, wow. Wow.
He worked on a
And
lot.
it's 97. Wow, he lived a long life. And now goddamn
Mm-hmm.
ads popping up. And it says he died of
I hated it when that
he had a
happens.
long bout of Alzheimer's and died back in January 9th in hospice care in Auburn, Washington.
Oh, that sucks. Man, that
Yeah,
sucks.
he worked at Hanna-Barbera since 1963. Oh wow.
Oh wow. Was that around the time it was founded?
Might have been a few years earlier. Uh, let me just double check, cause it's gonna bother me if I don't. 1957 is when Hanna-Barbera was founded.
Oh, okay. All right, so we unfortunately have some other sad news related to cartoons. Prolific director, writer, and storyboard artist Barry Caldwell has unfortunately passed away at 68. So, I I was very shocked to hear about this, but I didn't know who he was. But he worked on a lot of stuff. He worked on Black Star, The New Adventures of Zorro, The Tom and Jerry Comedy Show, The Charmkins, Rubik's The Amazing Cube, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Chipmunks and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. He also was a storyboard artist.
Writer and director.
He worked on Tiny. Yep, he worked on Tiny Toons, the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. I remember that. Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. He also worked on Osmosis Jones, the Tigger movie, Curious George, Hop and Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure. He worked on a lot of stuff. He was a very prolific man, and um, we will miss him.
Oh, I think he
Okay,
even might have cameoed in Tiny Toons. Like there was this one
maybe.
scene, and hang on, I'll try to find an image real quick. Like it was somewhere I could sworn. Like it was for a skit, cause sometimes they would animate themselves into
Uh,
scenes. I I'll probably say,
oh,
oh sorry.
he also worked on Class of
Oh nice.
3000. I love that show.
Okay, let's.
He even worked on Monster
Oh
High.
wow.
Wow. He really was prolific. Damn, I guess he just was fun to work with.
Okay, I think it's my turn. 13 going on 30
Mhm.
reboot set at Netflix with Emily Butter and Local Lerman with Jennifer Garner to executive produce.
Not sure how to feel about
Yeah, I'm
this.
not too sure. What's 13 going on 30?
Okay, so first off, I love this movie. It is a classic. But it is about this girl who, for some reason, she thinks like when she becomes older, um, everything will get better. And at her birth, oh, did you
No,
sneeze?
just laugh when you said when she gets older, she thinks everything will get better.
Okay, so hang on. I think she's yeah, so she's growing up in the 80s. Jenna yearns to be like popular. She wants to be like a part of the clique. that's at her school, so she invites him to her birthday, and her best friend is named Maddie, and he's, like, secretly in love with her, and he made her a handmade dollhouse and uses these magic sprinkles called magic wishing dust and pours it on the dollhouse. It turns out they, actually work. She gets transported to, because she's saying, "I wanna be 30, flirty, and thriving," because she read some magazine and that's what it said. She gets transported into the future where she has grown up, and, she is, like, living in a really nice apartment. She's working at her favorite magazine, Pose, as a co-editor. Um, however, she realizes that, um, like, Maddie's no longer that, is, like, no longer in her life, and she's really confused, and it's about her realizing, a bunch of stuff, and it's a really cute movie with a lot of charm. Jennifer Garner is amazing in it, and Matt Ruffalo plays her love interest when, she's older, so, yeah, really love it. Really good movie. I don't want a reboot. No, thank you. Keep this movie the way it is.
And oh yeah, I
Alright.
heard about this.
Jad, to quote the characters, from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I've had enough of this dude.
Oh
'Cause Shia LaBeouf is in trouble with the cops again.
boy.
So he was seen having a tense exchange with the cops outside of his New Orleans homes. So apparently he, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to lift up his shirt and expose his upper body to the cops. Because apparently he thinks he's like being targeted or something. Um, he started uh shouting, they're, I guess, and the cops were trying to, like, calm him down, and it just seems like it got worse. Um, so I think if I remember correctly, I think he's going to have to go to rehab because he's been having just, I don't know what's he's just been not having a good month, it seems. This is, like, the 3rd or, like, yeah, this is the 3rd time something's happened with him recently. I'm tired, man. I am
Yeah,
exhausted.
same here. And let's see. And I ha let's see, the Bats my turn, let's see. The Bats reality TV show Taylor Frankie Paul gets her season of The Bachelorette can't oh yeah, this I heard about. Let's
Yeah, you're gonna have to double click, but,
okay, let's
I didn't really know about this until I sort of fell down a rabbit hole, as I am
oh
wont to do.
boy, I'm not
Um,
am I ready for this? Let's see.
I don't
Let's
know.
see. The season ended in
So,
2024 with yet another failed engagement, and the show went on hiatus for the next year. And
it's not been a good year for The Bachelorette, apparently.
let's see. It was meant to premiere on Sunday, but a video was leaked of a 2023 domestic violence incident between Taylor Frankie Paul and a on again, off again boyfriend. The network and Warner Bros. TV have put it. Let's see. Let's see. They should have seen this coming.
So she started off on The Secret Lives of
Oh
Mormon Wives.
no!
Yep, and it seems like she's always had problems. But, like, when it comes to reality TV, you wanna watch the dumpster fires, but it just sorta seems that she was a ticking time bomb, it seems.
I hate it, buddy boy. You mean I was talking shit
So, you
about
wanna know what
Bachelor,
makes
huh?
this really, really bad?
What?
The video that they showed, her kid was in the room
Oh
with them.
no! Oh
Yeah, she
god!
threw a stool and it almost hit
Oh
her kid.
god!
Yeah, and the thing is, this was, like, years ago, they knew about this, but thought about giving her a show
Oh my
anyways.
god!
Yeah, I think they're out, like, 30 million
Ha!
dollars, because they already yeah, because they already filmed this, but, like, I've been saying they should have known this wasn't gonna work, and The Bachelorette also, like, it seems like its popularity has not been strong. I never watched you I think I watched some of The Bachelor once. Have you watched any of those?
No. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
I'm not a fan. It's just you can't fall in love that fast, but also just I feel like it's also sort of taking advantage of people who might be lonely, and I'm not a fan of
Mhm.
that. So the whole thing is a mess. I want her kid to be safe. I think right now her ex has custody. Now, oh, you added this. I know you're excited about
Okay.
this. So
Yes.
we have talked about the Universal, Horror Nights at Universal, of course, and it looks like 2 characters are returning. Jack the Clown and Doctor Oddfellow are returning for the Halloween Horror Nights 2026. Now, these are original
Oh
characters they
yeah,
created,
Jack the
right?
Clown was the very first original character they created for Halloween Horror Nights back in the 90s, I believe. He
Mm.
and yeah, and that this backstory goes is that Jack Smith was a clown who performed at the Oddfellow Circus, and it's also during the as he traveled the country, he would commit various murders, and when Doctor Oddfellow
Oh.
first learned about it, he would kill him. But
Oh, geez.
however, uh, years later, as Universal bought the original circus equipment and sets for the annual Halloween Horror Nights, Jack came back and is use the event and to commit even more killings.
I see. Interesting.
And Jack the Oddfellow was also
Alright.
get uh, fleshed out as well over the years. And yeah, I know a lot of people absolutely love the original characters they make for these events.
I like their designs. Their designs are
Yeah,
cool.
like he became the icon for Halloween Horror Nights in 2023. He and is now returning alongside Jack for this year's.
I'd also just like to say for the evil clown design, I'm glad they didn't do, like, a white black and white clown. I kinda feel like that's a little overdone. I'm glad he, like looks like he could be an actual clown.
Oh yeah, and one show they have for Jack's signature kills. He tricks someone into walking into a room where it's revealed it's a giant blender, and he just hits puree.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And you know what else is
Let's
awesome?
see, Duffy. Oh, Duffy to speak about sex. Oh,
No, 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 no.
I
You missed
did.
one, you missed one.
Oh,
Yes.
Open AI. She shut down so.
Yes. Okay, you know us. We hate generative AI. It sucks. We do not like ChatGPT, and we do not like Sam Altman, the guy who owns OpenAI. Well, a while ago, there was this reveal that Disney was going to sign a deal with Sora, something they own. Um, I'm not exer I think Sora was, like, for making
Yeah, it was for
videos
making
or
videos. It
something.
was like AI TikTok it was trying to be. But apparently,
Mhm.
they've been losing money for every video they generated. So now, yeah.
So it wasn't making
Mm-mm.
money at all. And so they closed it down, and that caused Disney to back out of their $1 billion deal,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody celebrated.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the AI bubbles onto so cracks cause there's this one article I
Oh,
read
yeah.
about how half the AI data centers that were supposed to open this year, how they're either being delayed or canceled outright.
Yeah. I It reminds me a lot of when, like, NFTs started to, like, go out, you know? It was kind of it was gradual, it wasn't, like, automatic, but then at the end, there was, like, a massive dip. Well, like, because not only, you know, do people not like generative AI, it's lazy, it's stealing from other artists, like, not just, like, people who draw, but, like, people who write. But also, it is extremely bad for the environment. There are people who live, like, next to data centers, and they no longer have clean water because of the data center. But also, I've said this I was talking about this with Sushi last night, my friend Sushi. If you're gonna make AI, can't you make AI to do stuff like, I don't know, clean the floor, help me, like, clean, or maybe we can use it to, I don't know, do dangerous work that's not safe for humans. Like, we have robots that can go get bombs and stuff like that. Instead, we're using it to make a picture of Shrek and
Yeah,
Sonic making out. I can pay an artist to do that.
Jesus. Yes,
I don't want a machine to do it. And the thing is it always looks so weird
so
still, like,
uncanny and
people's
so
eyes.
so bright.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, or it's got that weird yellow filter. People have multiple hands. Some I saw this awful picture of, it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting Chuck Norris, and, like, I think Michelangelo's hand, no, his arm had another arm sprouting out of it,
God.
and it looked also like his hand had fused with Chuck Norris, and I'm like, just it's crap, and it's one of those things where I really think the CEOs thought it was gonna be a moneymaker, and it is proven not to be. It continues to lose some money, which I'm happy for. Lose more.
Yeah. Hope they lose another billion.
Oh, yeah, they probably will.
And oh yeah, I think you added this one.
Want me
Yeah.
to read it? Alright, so, Duffy to speak about sexual assault, kidnapping, and absence from the music industry. Hang on, there is that variety thing. Give me a sec. Guys, I'm sorry, but sometimes if we are reading something and an ad comes up, we have to, I gotta, where's my thing? There we go. All right. There we go. Refresh. All right. Let me do that again. Duffy to speak about sexual assault, kidnapping, and absence from music for the first time in a new Disney Plus documentary. Now, I remember Duffy. She was like from the early 2000s and she was really popular. But it seems that she had some very traumatic things happen to her. Um, she was kidnapped and assaulted. However, she's now going to speak out in a documentary, um, and it's gonna, like, go through her, like, bringing up her, being, like, born and raised in Wales to a rise to fame and then the withdrawal, um,
Yeah, it's
and
good. Sorry.
I think she's very brave for doing this.
Yeah, like I can't imagine having to relive of talking about something like this.
I know I'm not sh I mean, she might be doing this to try to help other victims, but either way, I'm going to support her fully. I will watch the documentary so her story can be told. Thankfully, I think everything else is a little happier, like this next part.
Oh yeah, Trap Ella for Forgotten Island. And this is where, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, I thought it was going to be the video. Okay, let's see. The movie
You gotta scroll
celebrates the
down.
power of friendship and emphasizes the value of remembering your cultural roots. Centers features around porn star her and Lisa Saburno as high school graduates Joe and Risa, who've been best friends since grade school but are now about to embark on separate life paths. And when celebrating the last night together, Joe and Risa stumble upon a mysterious portal that teleports them to the fantastical island of Nakali. Packed with magical and mythical creatures they grew up hearing stories about in their Filipino families. But they learn that the longer they stay on the island, the more memories they lose. And they're trying to find a way to return home before they lose all memories of their friendship. Like this is also being directed by the same person who directed Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and
Oh, this is
I
gonna
can
be
tell from the
fantastic then.
animation style.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It looks
oh,
beautiful.
definitely. Oh yeah, I saw this trailer today in front of the Mario movie.
I really love that they use the song "Don't You Forget About Me." I love that song.
Yeah, like I.
I'm also a sucker for movies about
Mhm.
friendship.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just going to be drawn from Filipino culture. Hmm.
This is so pretty.
I know. Yeah, the animation style reminds me a bit of The Last Wish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Okay, let's see here, and I think this is you. Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this. All right. So for some reason, the creator of Fortnite has laid off more than 10,000 people.
10,000?
Boo. Oh,
Oh,
1,000. No, I'm
oh,
sorry. I
but
misread
still,
that.
holy shit.
I'm so sorry. Yes. I'm so guys, I'm tired. People are like, oh, the game industry is dying because of women in STEM and black people in video. No, no, it's dying because people keep getting laid off.
Yeah, and all these
It's
companies just
happening.
overspending and because they're too busy, ooh, excuse me, chasing trends rather than and try to deliver a quality product.
Yeah. So it says that Fortnite makes about 4 billion a year in revenue. So where is this money going?
Probably to line up the executives'
Oh,
pockets.
wait, it says that the fact that one of the company's biggest cause has been expensive legal actions against Google and Apple. What the heck did
Oh,
Google and
oh,
Apple do?
oh, right. This is about that legal lawsuit they launched on the app stores for because some of uh, these cell phone owns like the iTunes Store and the Google App Store. When you're making app purchases, they tend to take a big percentage cut from streaming services and video
Oh my
games.
gosh.
Ten a lot more than like like if you go. That's why when you ever sign up for a streaming app on your phone, they try to encourage you to go to the app to the
Yeah,
streamer services
yeah,
website
that's
to sign
right.
up instead of doing it through the app.
And 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 people on Patreon said that too. It says when you want to join Patreon, do it on a computer because it's more expensive on Apple phones. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So this is okay, so this has been a major problem. So could this possibly be, as much as I hate to say this, that might be why they don't have as much money as they like because suing both Apple and Google must cost a
Oh, definitely, and
lot.
that's why you actually can play Fortnite on iPhone. Yeah,
Really? They
yeah,
took it off.
because us are not because they took it off during the legal trial, and they didn't want to give Apple
Uh,
the rep cut.
so this I kind of am glad I no longer use Apple. I have an Android now, but man, that really freaking sucks because that's affecting all these poor people who are now out of a job. And guys, if you live here in the states, our economy is like drowning in the
Mm-hmm.
toilet. It's bad, and like gas prices have gone up, so it's like this just really freaking sucks. I'm hoping all these people can find new
Yeah,
jobs.
same. Yeah, yeah. Like there's a lot of creative people that's losing their jobs right now because of the dumb actions of executives.
Hmm. All right, so next, is this you or me?
I think
I
this
think
is
this is
me.
you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Monsters adult animated series based on the award-winning comics in development at Amazon. Let's see. Writer Marjorie Liu and illustrator Senna Takeda's quickly acclaimed Image comic series Monsters is being developed as an adult animated series at Amazon MGM Studios. Let's see. The project comes from Stephen Maida, who was the co-creator and former showrunner of Netflix's live-action One Piece series. Synapse. Set in an Asian inspired fantasy world, Monstrous tells the story of a young woman with a literal monster living inside her head. On a quest to understand her past and avenge for her mother's murder, she's joined by a colorful ensemble, including a talking cat and a hybrid fox human girl, as they're thrown into the middle of a war between human and otherworldly forces. When the world turns us into monsters, Monstrous asks, how can we overcome our monstrosities? Let's
So I haven't read this book yet, but I've heard really good
Oh
things
wow,
about
it
this
won
series.
7 Eisner Awards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, the Eisner Awards are like the Oscars for
Mm-hmm.
comics.
So yeah, they're a big
So
deal.
if it says this is an Eisner Award winner, it's probably really good.
Let's see.
And I know like Amazon's not perfect, but I do appreciate that Amazon has been allowing for more adult
Mhm.
animated shows. Because, you know, for a while it was like really The Simpsons, like Family Guy, King of the
Yeah.
Hill. South Park, and that was
I
kind of
think
like
the
it.
success of shows like Invincible and Has Been Hotel shows that they can do a lot more with
Mhm.
adult animated shows.
And they can be
Hmm.
successful too. Like, I think the thing is they just assume that if it's animated, it won't be successful amongst adults. And y'all know me, I'm like the number one Has Been Hotel hater. However, I am thankful that Has Been Hotel has showed that adult animation can be successful, you know? And like the right now, I think they just did another release for Has Been merch over
Hmm.
at like Hot Topic. And a lot of times when I go there, it's almost like sold out. So again, it's just Amazon is not a perfect company. Jeff Bezos sucks, but I do appreciate that there's some silver
And
lining.
right now, Invincible is in its fourth season.
Oh,
And
that's
it's,
right.
from what I heard, it's still just as brutal, both emotionally and in terms of visual.
Okay, but we have something that is not brutal. Mega Man and Proto Man are being added to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Our friend Rich is going to be
Oh,
very, very happy
definitely.
about
Like,
that.
I heard him talking about how he started playing. He got Sonic Racing Crossroads as soon as they were added. And like I played a little bit like Mega Man's Power Class. Said while
his 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 car is shaped like the
oh
dog.
yeah, the dog. Oh,
That's
and
adorable.
Proto Man's like a speed type, and Dr. Wily's castle is a new racing track, and they did an amazing and
That's
remix of
awesome.
his theme.
This looks so cool. Like the thing is Mega Man is a character that I feel like everybody knows kind of through osmosis. Like he's probably one of the most iconic video game
Oh,
characters to ever be
definitely.
created
Like
alongside
back in
Sonic.
the day, he was the face of Capcom.
Oh, that's right, he was. What was the last Mega Man game they
Your
made?
guess is as good as mine, but yeah, nowadays Capcom's all about Street Fighter and Resident Evil.
Who knows? Maybe this will make people interested in Mega
Let's
Man
open.
again.
Okay, let's.
Oh, we got another cast of iconic characters. Yes.
Oh yeah, Avatar Legends the fighting game coming July 2nd. We're getting a
Yes.
2D fighting
Oh my
game
gosh.
in crossover between the Avatar Last Airbender and Legend of Korra.
I cannot wait.
And let's see.
I freaking
And
love
we'll have
Avatar.
12 fighters on the roster. Aang, Korra, Toph, Katara, Sokka, Zuko, Asula, Saia, and let's see, the Fire Lord, and trying to remember his name. Oh, and Avatar Kyoshi. Neat.
Oh, yes, Kyoshi's my favorite Avatar. I actually read the book that they wrote about her, and I love her. I already loved her because of her design, but also finding out that she was just such a badass,
Let's
just
see.
made me love her
Oh
even
yeah, well
more.
backnet code, that's a must in fighting games. Got ranked matches, casual matches, custom lobbies, arcade mode, a story mode, and the first DLC character they announced, Azula.
Ah, yeah, Azula's a good choice. I wonder who else they'll add.
And we'll see eventually.
Yeah, okay, we got a new trailer for Supergirl. I cannot
Oh
wait for
yeah, I'm
this
excited
movie.
too. And let's see. Eh, yeah, I haven't heard much about this. I mean, much about this comic
This
it's based on.
I heard it was good, I just haven't got a chance to read it.
Yeah.
It's about her, like, dealing with the loss of her family and
Oh
planet.
yeah, like unlike Clark, she knew about Krypton and what it was like. Like she actually lived
Mm.
there longer than he had.
Also, one of our Scrimblow nominations is returning.
Oh, Crypto. She has to save his life.
Nobody let misses with the doggo.
But what really got us hype was seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo. Like he looks like he was born to play the character.
It's literally perfect casting.
I know he looks so badass.
From Craig Gillespie, the guy who directed I, Tonya. I still need to see that.
Huh.
I wanna also read the comic, because it also I think it might have won awards, let me see, I think it's Girl of Tomorrow
See.
or Woman of T Girl of Tomorrow, yeah, by Tom
Hmm.
King.
Oh.
Oh, it won the Hugo
Oh,
Award.
awesome. Oh yeah, and you wanted to add this. Is it my turn or yours?
It is your turn.
Tubi added 250 episodes of Sesame Street to its free streaming service. Now, this is
Woo,
amazing. Like,
yes.
Sesame Street was always about entertaining and educating as many kids as possible who want as privileged as other kids. So, this is amazing. It's going to be reaching a wider audience at no cost whatsoever.
Mhm. People were upset when it was, because, like, with the issues, like, PBS has been facing, it's on Netflix, but not everyone has access to Netflix, but putting it on Tubi means that, kids can see it. They're gonna be putting a lot of the old ones, um, like the classic episodes, um, which is really exciting. I'm still I'm still very happy this show is here, not just because, I'm a fan of puppetry and Jim Henson, but because this is probably like the longest running educational show in American history, and there's not a lot of educational stuff for kids anymore that's, like, of good quality. Sesame Street is,
Definitely. Like, my nephew is obsessed with Sesame Street, and I am
Yeah, you
responsible
told me.
for enabling it. Cause when we were watching over him, I said to my mom,
Raising them good.
"You know what? Let's put Sesame Street on for him. I think he'd like that." And he absolutely loved it. Like when they sang the Letter Day song back when he couldn't walk, he would just move his arms and legs like he was trying to swim. That's how excited he got about
Oh,
the Letter of the
yeah.
Day.
So, again, it's so much better than, like,
Mm-hmm.
Cocomelon,
Yeah.
so I'm very happy that this show is getting new life, and I'm also excited about this. Now, we are not gonna be talking about Turf Supreme and her new HBO
That's a given.
series. We're not gonna talk about she's smelly, and she probably has nasty teeth, so we're not
And she
gonna talk
doesn't
about
wipe.
it. However oh, she probably doesn't. However, we are gonna talk about the potential Animorph series in development at Disney with Ryan Coogler to produce. So, Jed, what are the
Let's
Animorphs? Can
see.
you elaborate for,
Well, the
our friend?
Animorphs were a series of books about these kids who would transform into, well, animals. And
Mhm,
let's see. I didn't know about this since I didn't go out the books, but it also dealt with heavier and darker themes. Themes like growing
mhm.
up as a teenager, child soldiers, the trauma of war. Also, I was shocked about to learn about that.
So see, I didn't get a chance to read the books as a kid I wanted to. However, there was also I think there was a show of it on Nickelodeon a long time ago, and it was really cool. And like Jad said, it was very dark. It was one of those series that took the kids seriously and didn't coddle them, and talked about like serious subject matter and stuff like that. Um, Also, the woman who created the series, aka Applegate, is very, very supportive of the trans community. So it is a double
Oh
win.
yeah, and for years he was trying to get a new series of it done, but he didn't want to compromise on any of the themes or subject matters of it.
Yeah, I have a feeling probably some companies try to say you can't have this, it's too dark, and she said, "Well, then I don't wanna do it with y'all." That's one of the issues a lot of writers will face is when someone wants to adapt their work, they'll be like, "We have to change a bunch of stuff," and a lot of them will be very stubborn and be like, "I don't want you to change
Mm-hmm.
anything," because then it becomes something different.
Let's see. And I'm just trying to find more about it. Kugler will be the executive producer and it will be produced under his production company, Proximity Eddy Media, which is currently going doing a TV overall deal with Disney at the moment, which is why you see Ryan Coogler attached to a lot of the shows on Disney Plus. And speaking of Kugler,
Coogler is getting paid.
he's actually working on a pilot for a reboot of X Files at the moment.
That's right. I remember
And
that.
as you forget, he's coming off the claim of his film Sinners, which won several Oscars.
Mhm. Yep. Oh, I just scrolled down and it says apparently they're working on a adaptation of the Aragon
Oh wow!
series. Another really popular series. That was I remember when that came out. I think I read the first book, but that was ages ago.
Okay, let's see.
Interesting. All right. So now it is time for recommendations. Who wants to go
Yeah, I'll go
first?
first. So this is one I finally got around to watching, and that you and everyone I know have absolutely gussed about. The amazing digital circus. And
I knew you were gonna love it.
yeah, so this is probably the biggest show from Glitch Productions at the moment. Is it Productions or Studios?
I think it's Glitch Productions.
Yeah, The Amazing Digital Circus is a 3D animated series. And what was that?
That was eBay,
No
sorry.
worries. Alright. It's written and directed by and created by Gooseworks. And it follows six humans who are represented as cartoonist avatars who are trapped in a virtual reality game overseen by the erratic ringmaster AI Kane, who con- conduct several adventures for them to go on every day. Hey, mm-hmm.
Adventures. And they all suck.
Yep, and they all get they're quite traumatizing, unintentionally traumatizing, and like it deals with very existentialism themes, despite its surreal, ill, and imagery and humor. And it's all animated to look like early '90s computer animation. Like I can tell it was like a love letter to that era of animation.
Mhm. And it's also very, like, inspired by, like, horror as well, but it's sometimes it's, like, a lot more I think it's a little more
Hmm.
subtle than some stuff. So, a heads up, this is not for
Mm-mm.
children. I know it is very colorful, and it is not for children. Please do not have them watch it, it's going to traumatize
Uh,
them.
yeah, like I read this Tumblr post back in the day about how someone thought it was a good idea to show this show to the kid, and they by
Oh
the
god.
time they reached the second episode, they realized that was a mistake. Like apparently her kid was
Oh my
crying.
gosh. Again, yeah, not for children. Alright, and your next
Oh,
recommendation.
this shouldn't be a surprise to you. One Piece live
Nope.
action.
So we have mentioned our friend John and his love for One Piece, and after the second season came out, he wanted us to do a watch party with him, and we did. Jad, what happened to me during the watch party?
You. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, what did happen? Fuck.
When we got to Laboon and to Chopper's
Oh
story.
no. Oh, I remember you were really upset.
I was bawling like a baby. I had a box of tissues on my desk, and I started crying at both of these stories, like, oh my gosh, just so heartbreaking. Oda, why do you do this?
Yeah, I actually like this season a lot more than the first one. Like they realized it had better
Mhm,
pacing. They fully embraced how ridiculous the world of One Piece is, and they effectively captured a lot of the hard hitting moments of the manga while also fixing a few of the problematic ones.
mhm. I think I agree that the second season is better, and I think I keep bringing this up, like, when we're watching it, the casting is phenomenal. Oda personally, like, picked everybody, and everyone just does such a phenomenal job. The special effects are also really good, because there are a lot of characters that, they can't actually show what they are because 'cause they're animals, and I mentioned Chopper. Chopper is part of the Straw Hats, and he is not human, so their CGI is amazing. We had so much fun watching it, and I cannot wait for the 3rd season, so I also recommend this.
Okay, now it's your turn for recommendations.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna change one of my recommendations and just say I'm recommending the One Piece live action as well, because again, it was really good. Again, like, I cried a lot when Laboon was introduced, and then, when Chopper's backstory started, it's like you heard me say, "Gosh, dang it, John," and I started
Mhm.
crying again. Um, Again, like, Jad mentioned, they changed a lot of aspects, and I think, a lot of the changes were for the better. Also, I feel like the female characters are done much better in this the show. I've been watching the One Piece anime, and I'm sorry, I just hate how Oda draws women. It's so distracting because they all look the same, but other than that, my second is a movie I saw called Forbidden Fruit. So, I've been trying to do this thing where I'm, like, seeing more movies that are not from, like, mainstream, what do you, like, call them, like, movie companies, and, for those of you who don't know, Shudder, which is a, like, horror streaming service, has also helped, like, help release a bunch of films, and I saw the poster for this one, and I heard about it, and it's like, "Well, I wanna see this." It's called Forbidden Fruits, so it is about these really glamorous, beautiful, gorgeous women named Apple, Fig, and Cherry who work at a clothing store called Free Eden, and they're kind of like the plastics from Mean Girls. This movie is like a Mean Girls plus The Craft with some extra camp sprinkled in on it. And one day, a girl named Pumpkin comes and is like, "Hey, I want a job here." And it turns out that the Fruit Girls are witches. And again, it's a comedy horror film. It's a lot of fun. It's very violent, but this is sort of the stuff I love. I can see this becoming a cult classic. It's sexy and also somehow oddly, like, empowering at the same time. Uh, Lily Reinhardt, who plays Apple, was really good in this. I think this might be the first thing I've ever seen her in. I know she was in Riverdale as Betty, um, and I'm not surprised she's having such a, like, a what's the word? Not a resurgence, like, a moment in Hollywood. She's, like, starring in a bunch of stuff, and she is really talented. All the other girls are very talented. Lola Tung, Victoria Peretti, and Alexandra Shipp, all have, like, really good chemistry. Um, because like, even though it's very, like, violent, it is kinda, like, about girlhood, but it's just I had a lot of fun with this movie, and, like, this is a movie that is made for the ladies and the queer community. Because like, watching this, I'm like, "Yeah, the queer community is gonna love this." I mean, I love it, and I'm part of the queer community, but, like, yeah, it's just oh, it was so good. I loved the soundtrack for it. So yeah, I recommend this. I know this will not be for everybody, but if you like camp, recommend Forbidden Fruits. All right, so this is going to be interesting because back in the day of Blockbuster, I remember renting this movie on VHS. We are going to be talking about Prehysteria.
Oh,
Bye, guys. We'll see you next week.
I don't think I've heard this movie, so this should be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Bye bye, guys.